Hello and welcome to this episode of our program Daily Debate. As usual, we will be discussing a contentious debate. Today we'll be discussing an important factor in determining the future of the Egyptian economy, particularly investments in Egypt. Today we'll be speaking or shedding light on Egypt's new law of investment, where Minister of Investment Dalia Khurshid announced that ministries and authorities concerned with the file of investment have started meeting on the main features of the new law of investment to express their suggestions. A communal dialogue also will be launched, including media people, to make sure all requirements of the law are met prior to formally presenting it to the cabinet and then to the parliament within the next few weeks. The law of investment will focus on diversification of incentives and guarantees for investors. It will also consider a strong starting point towards attracting new investments to Egypt, as well as creating a significant competitive market. Now, of course, an investment law is the much more needed in order to be able to really attract new investment to the country. Rules and regulations are supposed to be the main attractor to the investors in Egypt. All this will be speaking. What do we need in this law in order to be able to really attract the investments to Egypt and to be a competitive market? All this we'll be discussing in our show later on. Before we proceed on with our discussion, let's first have a quick look on the top stories of the day. And first, National Youth Conference to kick off Tuesday, meaning tomorrow. President Fattah al-Sisi's office announced that Egypt's first National Youth Conference will kick off tomorrow for 3 days in the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh. The conference will be held under the auspices of the President with nearly 3,000 Egyptian youth from different fields, sectors and governorates set to participate in an open forum to discuss current issues as well as the future of the country. 300 officials will attend as well as other public figures. The conference will include more than 23 public discussion sessions involving political, social, economic, cultural, sports and entrepreneurship, as well as at least 8 workshops. The conference will be supervised by the President's office and depends on the Presidential Leadership Program to qualify youth for leadership that was launched in January. The President has already called 2016 as the year of the Egyptian youth. And to shed more light on this important conference, we have with us over the phone Linda Abdelatif, our correspondent in Sharm el-Sheikh. Good evening to you, Linda. Hello, Linda? Linda?
Yes, Mona.
Yes, good evening to you, Linda. Good evening.
Good evening, Mona.
Yes, would like first to understand more about the first National Youth Conference, the participation, what is exactly the agenda, what is the goal, the aim?
Well, as far as I can hear you, Mona, tomorrow the National Youth Conference will be taking place under the auspices and with the presence of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Now, this is a 3-day conference that will take place till the 27th of October. Now, this is the first Egyptian Youth Conference which is held under the title Innovate, Advance, and it's held this year within the framework of the year 2016 being the year of youth. Now, as for the participation, around 2,000 youth representing all sectors will be attending this conference, including, for example, university students, media figures, journalists, political activists, as well as students of the Presidential Leadership Program and many other youth as well who will be attending this conference. Now, this conference will bring together those youth with the Egyptian state officials and institutions in order to give them the chance to debate directly the present and the future, as well as to exchange ideas and experience to support their ambitions for a better future for their country through constructive talks and pre-planned vision. Now, the conference will include discussions, sessions, and workshops on a big number of issues that are of concern and interest to the youth, and that includes actually the fields of education and scientific research, political participation, cultural identity and religious dialogue. There will also be, for example, an economic and entrepreneurship workshop. Now, as for tomorrow's agenda, it will cover a number, or it will include a number of workshops and sessions, and they will include tackling, for example, to give you an overview of tomorrow's program, a session on the youth vision on linking the educational system with the job market, another session on the evaluation of the political participation of youth in the parliament, another session as well on the youth vision on the creation of an Olympic champion. Also, the sessions or the workshops will include, for example, a workshop on the education, which will tackle the future of education in the country. There will also be a session that will tackle suggestions to develop cultural exchange. Another session as well on the role of media and social media in the formation of public awareness. There will also be a workshop on the use of youth in volunteer work. Another session on the role of technology in supporting the economy, as well as another number of sessions that will cover different matters concerning the fields that I have mentioned.
Yes, Linda, if you can hear me well, just let me know here, all what you spoke about or all the workshops that you're speaking about is a matter of concern to the country to make youth more aware.
Mona, could you please repeat the question?
Yes, Linda, if you can hear me well, I'm telling you that all those workshops are of concern to the country in order to be able to make our youth aware of their political, economic, social, and all the Egyptian concern. What kind of participation exists in this conference? I mean, are there youths from parties? Are there youths from the parliament? What kind of participation?
Yes, correct. Youth from all sectors and all parts of the society. There will be youth representing parliaments, youth representing, for example, parties, as you've mentioned, youth from the sports field, for example. So there will be youth from all sectors of the society, and they will be meeting with Egyptian state officials and institutions, governmental figures, in order to discuss with them the topics of concern that cover a wide variety of topics, which I've mentioned earlier. On top of them are the political discussions on education and scientific research, other discussions as well on the cultural identity and religious dialogue, and also discussions on economic-related matters and entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Those are the main topics or fields that will be discussed during this three-day conference.
Yes. Linda, did you get in contact with any of the participating youths there? And how do you view the importance of such a conference?
Sorry, Mona, could you please repeat the question?
So again, Linda, have you been in contact with any of the participating youths to this conference? How do they see the significance or the importance of such conference?
I cannot hear you.
Again, have you been in contact with youths attending this conference? And how do they see the importance of it? Right, Linda, I guess there is a miscommunication issue here. So thank you very much, Linda Abdelatif, our correspondent in Sharm el-Sheikh, and you will be updating us in the upcoming days. Our next our main discussion, the draft law of new investment law to be sent to the cabinet next month. Let's watch the report and we'll come back for discussion.
Minister of Investment Dalia Khorshid said that a draft of a new investment law will be sent to the cabinet next month. Khorshid said that the new law will focus on the diversification of incentives and guarantees for investors. It has been in the works of 6 months. The government hopes the new investment law will slice through Egypt's red tape and make it easier and quicker for foreign investors to do business. The government approved an investment law in March 2015 that aimed to bolster investor confidence, eliminate bureaucracy, ease the procedures to obtain license for projects and attract foreign investment. It later amended the law in December. Foreign direct investment in 2015-2016 financial year reached around $6.84 billion, up from $6.38 billion in the previous year. Earlier, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi issued a decree establishing a Supreme Investment Council aimed at encouraging investment in Egypt. The council's member will include the Prime Minister, the Governor of the Central Bank, and the Ministers of Defense, Interior, Finance, Investment, Trade, Justice, and the head of the General Intelligence Service. The board will meet every 2 months upon the chairman's invitation, and the decisions will be made by voting by a majority. The President will take the decision in case the votes are equal. The Council's roles include following up on the execution of investment plans, development of major economic projects, and projects that partner with the private sector.